All right, so we have a backpack here. So you have a rental kit with a backpack. Now this is a very, very common item that folks rent, and that is because one, these are pricey items, and two, you want to see how it fits, and maybe this is your first time using like a real hunting pack, okay? Now what separates a hunting pack from another backpack? It is the ability for it to take on load, okay? So unless you're particularly getting a hunting pack, nothing is going to carry a load evenly. A backpacking backpack is not the same. Those are going to be rated for somewhere between like 20 to 50 pounds. These are going to be rated for like 150 pounds. And the difference is going to be right here in what you see with these stays and this actual base to your backpack, okay? And that is going to be your load shelf. You might be packing in 50 pounds, 60 pounds on your back, but if you think about go in light and come out heavy, right? You've probably heard that quote. It's because you're going to be going in with 60 pounds, but you might be coming out with 150. So the frame to this is the key component to the whole thing, okay? So let's go through a pack like this and fitting it. So this pack in particular, this is a Mystery Ranch Beartooth. It's one of my favorite packs, especially for rentals. I think it really fits everybody well. For the most part, in general, it's I would say like a neutral. So it's not too light, it's not too heavy. It tends to be, it doesn't move or shift as much, and it's pretty steady in the base, so it fits a lot of people. Okay, it's not the lightest, meaning it's got a little bit more heavy-duty products. You got more heavier-duty buckles, you got heavier-duty zippers, and the material is a little bit heavier. So just know that this is it's a bomb-proof product, which is great, okay? And then you just need to get used to these buckles, so I would pay attention to how the buckles are attached. I think that is a big key component to it. Okay, so we're gonna put this thing on. Okay, so I'm putting the pack on. And what you want to do is you want to have your shoulder straps here. You want to have these loose. You don't want to have these tight. Okay? What you are going to fit is this around your hips. So I am feeling this thing, like my hip bone is right here. I want this to be like right over the middle of my hip bone. So this actually is like perfect right now. But as I will explain, this doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect when I have weight in it. So you want to put this on and just get used to it for right now, okay? That's the number one thing I can tell you. Put it on, and then you're going to want to cinch these, okay? That's the key. You want to start with your hips, and then you're going to move on from this with your shoulder straps, okay? Then we're going to move these shoulder straps down. We want to tighten this against us, okay? Now, here's the key component. This actually, right off the rip, feels pretty good. And you can tell because I don't have a lot of space here, okay? It's not supposed to give you a lot of space. You want it to feel like it's kind of molding with your shoulders, and it's actually perfect in my hips. So in theory, this pack would fit really well right now. What it's not going to do is fit well when I put weight in it, okay? So when you're fitting a pack on you like this, you need to put 30 pounds in it, 25 to 30 pounds realistically. So I typically will I have like workout sandbags. I'm gonna put 3 of my 10-pound workout sandbags in this. And then what you'll end up seeing is that this is going to shift. It's going to go down. When it goes down, your shoulders and your hips are probably gonna fit a little bit different. And that's the key component to how you want it to actually fit, because you're not gonna be carrying this pack around with no weight in it, right? That doesn't make sense. It's not gonna be just 6 pounds. It's going to be 56 pounds. And God willing, you have 106 pounds in it with some elk meat or deer meat. You want it to fit right, okay? So that is how you want to fit this. You want it to fit with your hips, right on your hip bone, and then you want this to not have a huge gap in between your shoulders. So if you fit it and it's got this huge gap, that's a no-go. Now, let's pretend I loaded 35 pounds in this, and now I'm going to put it and fit it again, right? So I'm going to loosen these straps, Okay, loosened them. Putting this pack on again. Okay, it's fitting perfect with my hips, so I like that. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to tighten this. So I want it to really get in there. Now you can see this is loose. Okay, so I want to tighten this again. And this, a lot of people don't understand these, but this is basically to not like be super tight. It's more of like a balance factor. Okay, and I like to strap. I usually have like a camera thing here, and I might have my hose from my hydration bladder here, whatever the case is. That's a pretty good mix. So I think this is more of like keep it latched so your shoulder straps don't move, but you don't need it so tight that it's like you can't breathe, and it's like, really tightening your chest. That's certainly not the goal of this. Okay, so now I got 35 pounds in this. I'm looking at myself in the camera, and I can see that this is in pretty good balance with my shoulders. Now, for example, if it was up here, I would need to either pull this down or I would need to adjust the frame aspect of it going up or down. Now that is a different scenario because we will have to take the pack off and adjust it internally with the frame. Now lastly, you have what these things are called load shelves. So load shelves are made for when you have a really heavy load, it's going to pull back off of your back. And your goal is to have as much weight against you as possible, so therefore it's not putting a ton of pressure on your shoulders and it's not drawing you back. You actually have more center gravity as you are moving. You have more control of the weight. Think of it that way. So what I would want to do is I would want to take these and I would want to pull down on them to get more of that weight up against my back. And that makes it way more stable, so I have way more control. What you don't want is this thing pulling back on you and then you're swaying a lot and this is pulling you backwards. It's going to cause you to have a lot more energy expended and it's going to hurt, okay, especially your shoulders. And then you're going to get back to the truck or you're going to be in pain the whole time that you're hiking back. That is not a good situation, okay? So be mindful of that. All right, now if you need to adjust this pack to fit you better, meaning that this is too high and you need the shoulders to fit you a little bit differently, I'm going to send you the exact videos from Mystery Ranch or whatever the product is for you to adjust the pack to your liking. Okay, that is for another scenario here. But the cool thing on this pack, just so you see, there's these little lines on here. And these lines are built in just so you know how low or how high this thing has gone. So it's essentially like a measuring system for you to know, oh, I need to go lower or I need to go higher. So just a cool little addition. Everything you need to adjust the pack is here. Really, really good option of using this in the backcountry.